In this video, we will be solving equations with decimals. As you can see on these examples, they all have decimals. So our task today is to change these decimals into whole number. And so before we jump into some examples, let's have a review on place value. So if we have here this number 1.234, this 2 right here is on its 10th place. 3 is on its 100th place. 4 is on its thousandths place. Then if there are still some more numbers here, that's going to be 10,000ths and so on. So we're going to use this place value that we have here in order that we can change these decimals into whole number. So let's take the first example here. So I'm going to put this up here so we can go back to it. So we have 0.7x plus 0.6 equals negative 2.2. We're going to change these decimals into whole number. So as you can see here, they are all in tenths place. So the one that we're going to do here so that we can change this into its whole number is we're going to multiply this by 10. So each one of the terms that we have here will be multiplied by 10. So we're going to distribute the 10 to each of these. So these are going to be all multiplied. So please be careful because others miss this part. They only multiply it to the first one and forget to multiply all the rest of them. It has to be to all of them. So in this problem that we have here, we have 10 times 0.7x would become 7x. And then 10 times 0.6 would become a 6. So I'm going to write plus 6 equals 10 times negative 2.2 is negative 22. So then from here, we can go ahead and just do the math and solve for x. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, minus 6 here. So we can cross the 6 out. And so we're left with 7x is equal to negative 28. And again, we want x by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by 7. We're going to divide this by 7. So we can cross the 7 out. And we're left with x is equal to negative 4. So this is the value of the x right there. Now, others are going to say, can I just use the decimal and just keep it as decimal and solve for x? You can do that. That would still be another option. But for this lesson, we are changing decimal into whole number so that we can do the math really fast. So again, you can keep this as decimal and then just do the math. Or the other option that you can have is to multiply it by 10 and then just do the math. And you see there are no decimals when we did the math to get x is equal to 4. Again, the answer is still the same. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, and pause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. As you can see, if we go back to the place value that we have here, this is in hundredths place. So all of them are in hundredths place. That means we are going to multiply this by 100. So, and then again, please be careful. Others miss this part. They only multiply to the first. It has to be to all of them. So we are going to multiply it to each one of these. So we are going to, again, it has to be to all of them. So 100 times 0.27x would be 27x. And then 100 times negative 0.36 would be a negative 36. And then that is equal to 100 times 0.45 would be 45. So as you can see, all of them are in whole numbers now. So then we can go ahead and add 36 from both sides. And then plus 36. So then we are, we can cross the 36 out. And so we have 27. X is equal to 81. And so we want the x by itself. So we're going to divide 27, divide this by 27. So then we are left with x is equal to 3. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next example here. Now what's going to happen if we have parentheses on the problem and then we have like decimals? It's like a combination. So the first thing that we are going to do is to distribute the 3 first. So we're gonna clear. We want this left side of the equation to get cleared from all the parentheses. So we are going to distribute the 3 to each term inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to both 0.21 and 0.21x and 17. So then we have here 3 times 0.21 would be 0.63x. So that is 0.63x minus 3 times 0.17 is 0.51. And that is equal to 0.48x plus 0.09. And so from here, we can go ahead and use the idea that we did from the first two examples. Since these two are in hundredths place, that means we are going to multiply all of these by 100. So I'm going to multiply this by 100 to make them all whole numbers. So that would come out to, again, be sure that we multiply to each of them because others miss that part. It has to be each of them. So we're gonna multiply the 100 to each of the parts here, including this one right here, and to all of them. I'm putting these arrows so we know what's going on, which ones are multiplied. So 100 times 0.63 would be 63 x. And then we have 100 times negative 0.51 is negative 51. And that is equal to 48x plus 9. So then we can go ahead and just solve for x. We put all the x's on the left side. So I'm just going to go ahead and subtract 48x from both sides minus 48x. So then we are left with 63x minus 48x is 15x minus 51 equals 9. So then from here, we're adding 51 from both sides. So that's plus 51 plus 51. So that would, this 51 gets crossed out. So we're left with 15x equals 60. Then we are going to divide both sides by 15. Divide this by 15. Divide this by 15. So we can cross the 15 out. So we're left with x is equal to positive 4. So that is the value for our x. Again, you can just go ahead and do the math with all of them in decimal form. That should be all right too. But I'm just showing you another way so that we can get all of these into whole number. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. Again, we are going to clear the left side with all of the parentheses. So we distribute the 2 first to each of the terms inside the parentheses. It has to be to each of them, not only to the 3, because others miss that part. So this would come out, that's 2 times 0.3 would be 0.6x plus 2 times 0.8 is 1.6 plus 0.7 is equal to 1.7. And then from here, since this is in tenths place, to make them whole number, we are going to multiply each of the terms by 10. So since that is in tenths place. So that means we're going to multiply the 10 to the 0.6. Then we multiply the 10 to 1.6. We multiply the 10 to 0.7. As well as to that of 1.7. So then if we multiply these two, that would come out 6x plus 1.6 times 10 would be 16. And then that's plus 10 times 0.7 would be 7. And that is equal to 17. And then from here, we can combine like terms. So we have these two constants here can be combined together. So this would come out 6x plus 23 equals, that's going to be 17. So then we want x by itself. So we're going to subtract 23 from both sides, minus 23. So then we are left with, we can cross this out. So that is 6x equals negative 6. And then from here, we go ahead and we want x by itself. So we're going to divide 6 from both sides, divide 6 here. So then we are left with x is equal to negative 1. Again, we can do the math here without having to change them into whole number. So you can just go ahead and distribute this and keep everything in decimal. You can still get the same answer, which is x is negative 1. But then again, in this video, I'm showing you another option to do it without having to deal with decimals by changing it to whole numbers, by multiplying a number base of 10, which is based on this place value. So it's either tenths, hundredths, or thousandths place. So in this case right here, we have tens place. So I multiply this by 10. Did you get the same answer? X is equal to -1 here? Good. Perfect. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!